Blessed be the Lord, beloved. It's so good to know that you are receiving the words of the Lord, the words of faith, that you are encouraged, strengthened, because you know there is a destiny, there is a choosing of the Lord, a choosing of the Lord for your life. You're not just alive on this earth for nothing, for something that will pass away. Lots of things that we do here and we call them significant, they are passing away. They're coming and going. And it's, some of them are important for this life, for the time being. But you are chosen for an eternal purpose. And lots of things that happen here are a training ground for who you are eternally. And this is important to remember every single time when you feel like this is too much, I don't know what to do. Okay? So you can keep going. We're talking about Moses, talking about the heroes of faith and how faith comes to them. And Moses knew faith. And the way he was chosen from being born as a baby, and the heart that was built inside him to really want to be the deliverer, the ones that changes the whole the situation for the whole Israel. Yeah, I don't think he was saying, oh well, I'm gonna be your biggest leader. But I know that there was this fire inside him that for a time such as this, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. This is not fair. This is not right. He was not prepared. Had the right heart, but he was not prepared. So the Lord said, hey, this is 40 years now, 40 more years of training. And we don't read that much about this training. He went to Madian, he found a wife, and his wife was actually the daughter of the priest, the Madianite priest. That's not really Jewish-like. So it was not a pagan, but it was still somehow from Abraham, but was not really from Isaac. Okay, so that's kind of a different type of, and that's a different story there. But yeah, the priest had a daughter, he married Sephora, and had 2 kids. And he was just taking the sheep, taking care of the sheep. He was a shepherd. 40 years. We're not, again, some things about a family, but we don't know exactly what happened there. But we know that he had an experience with the burning bush, and at the right time, in the right place, he was found ready. And the word of God came to him, and he says, go and deliver my people. It's time. Right? And in Hebrews 11:27 it says, by faith Moses, he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king. For he endured as seeing him who is invisible. It just places some very special phrases. And he endured as seeing. See, it's not the take the cross and suffer the pain and you know just this is not a sadistic type of stuff for the pain. Go to that, it's worth it, or you'll be okay. On the other end, in heaven you'll be rewarded. And this is not it. He endured as seeing him who is invisible. There is something before was saying that like he saw the reward, like he was after the reward. This is not like a blind faith. No, it's blind for the circumstances, for the things that appear from the outside in, for the outside circumstances. He's blind to that. But it's open, with eyes open, to see the invisible, to see him. The word endured, it's actually to be steadfast, unmovable. For he was steadfast, unmovable, like he was seeing him who is invisible. A tried and tested leader sees the unseen. You can bring to him all the circumstances, everything that kind of makes sense for this world, and he's gonna smile and with quiet voice gonna see, yes, but I see what you don't see. I see the unseen, and it is well. It is victory. I see the unseen. Right? It's seeing the end from the beginning. Probably 99.9% of the trials we go through would be so quickly going through and with lots of joy if we see the results, because we get out it's like, oh man, I should have been so much more patient. Oh, this is so good, and the Lord promised me I should have done this, I could have. If you see the end from the beginning, it's like, nah, I know what's the last chapter. I read the last chapter. I know who's winning. We are winning. So a tried leader sees the unseen. A tried leader is not fearing the wrath of this world, the roaring of the princes of this world that try to stop him. That's not what he's sensitive to. Okay, I'm thinking that Moses went to see Pharaoh, and I don't know if that was his competition, the son of Pharaoh or the grandson of the Pharaoh that Moses used to know, because his adoptive mom was the daughter of Pharaoh, right? So somehow, he was adopted the grandson of the previous Pharaoh that eventually died, but maybe he had a son or a grandson. So I don't know if whoever was then the Pharaoh was a direct competition, but they knew him. Yes, 40 years. Yes, some people passed away and they were not there, but I'm sure that some of them knew Moses. They knew what he did, how he killed that Egyptian. He knew who he was. Maybe his adoptive mother was still alive. Not sure, it's not written that. But him going back and meeting those people, he was actually known. Probably the palace didn't change that much. Probably he knew all the places in that palace. He knew exactly where to go. Again, the first 40 years of his life, he lived there. I just think how hated he was by the Egyptian leaders. and especially by this new Pharaoh. And now I don't think anyone really likes confrontation. I'm gonna go and confront this, no, but especially him. Remember how he talks to God and says, "Hey, I'm stammering. I cannot speak fluently and clearly, and you send me to that biggest king of the world, and I have to be very eloquent and talk to them, and they remember me." Maybe they knew that he has this speech impairment or whatever it was, and they were going to make fun of him. So you go to confront these people that are absolutely in charge. They know who they are and how powerful they are. And you, that shepherd, you, the runaway, the el fugitivo, right? You come there to tell them what you want. It didn't make sense. From the outside, it was foolishness, absolutely. But Moses was ready. God saw him ready. See, this is a leader. He was prepared. He knew he was chosen. He had the right heart for the people and for what God called him to do. And he was trained. He was trained, his heart and his soul, his emotions. He was ready. Okay? So he went to confront the kings of the world. Okay? Boldness, it's what faith brings to you, but not a boldness in the flesh. Oh, I'll show them. Oh, I can handle this. Now, it's a boldness of the Spirit that comes from the training and the empowering of the Spirit. It's a divine boldness. So, seems that that moment when the burning bush experience happened was the exam. And that is the time when, even if he says, "No, Lord, no, I don't think I'm ready," the Lord saw him ready. And I think it's fairly beautiful when the Lord sends you and it's like, "No, man, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I don't know if I want to go." But if he sees you ready, then go. So he said that by faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king. It was so powerful because when he was ready, there was no king in this world that could disturb him. See, this is when you know you're ready, okay? Because you see not the circumstances, but you see the truth. You see exactly what's happening. So it's not like you're blind. It's like, "Oh, I'm trusting the Lord." You do see that reality of the truth is more real to you than any other reality out there. Okay? And this is a strength. This is that unmovable that the Lord is building inside us. Okay? We love to talk about the heroes. We love that faith finds them, and they found faith and they walked with faith. But it's not like a gift. It's not like something that you get it, you don't even know how, and things happen. But is a trial by fire. It's learning somehow the hard way, but the real way. Who you are, what you are called to be. Even sonship, as great revelation that is, and how a huge truth that is. The trials of the world, when he says in 1 John, the world doesn't know us. They didn't know him. They were making fun of him. They were persecuting him. They crucified him. The world doesn't know us. They don't see us as sons of God. But the Father does. And as you go through this, then you don't have to defend yourself that much. When is the last time you got very defensive when somebody, you're trying to say, yeah, I'm a son of God, yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 5 is true, I'm a new creation, I'm new this, I'm new that, I'm righteous, and you felt very on the defensive side to prove to them, to tell them, to fight them on their sin consciousness. Oh, you guys don't know, you don't see, you don't that. I do this and I got that. And you feel like you have to defend your sonship. When you get to this place of being tried, you don't have to defend. You just are. And you rest in who you are. And if the Father comes and bears witness by the Spirit about you, and He'll do it if that's necessary. But if not, you stand because you know the truth. And that's lots of freedom there. It's not fear of confrontation. It's not a fear of what this person is going to say, what that person is going to say, how they receive me, what if this, what if that. It's no fear because you have already one truth made you free.